Let's talk about Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. This team is currently 4-2, and they're having a very good season, similar to how they had last season. And their defense has stepped up in a big way this season. Last season, their defense was their Achilles heel, and they could not get things going. Jordan Brooks got hurt late in the season, and the defense, besides Tyreek Woolen and Kobe Bryant, a lot of guys not able to get things right on this team on the defensive side. They also had Jamal Adams out last year as well. He only played a game before he tore his quad. Now you look at it this year. They're getting to the quarterback at a high rate. Last season, Uchenna Nwosu led this team in sacks with Darrell Taylor. They both had 9.5 sacks. But now you have Boye Mafe, who has 4 sacks in the season. He's been a very good pass rusher for this team. Jaron Reed has 4 sacks. Draymond Jones is a good defensive lineman for this team. They're doing things this year they were not able to do last season. And I believe that they're more of a dangerous team this season. I understand the last 3 games were not against some of the best teams in the NFL, but they went out there and they dominated in those games. That's something that you love to see. Their defense overall has looked very good, and they're very young, and we could be looking at a resurgence of a very good defense with the Seattle Seahawks team. A team that has desperately needed for their defense to come up in the last couple of years. But besides bringing back Jamal Adams from his injury last season, he's been solid when he's been on the field. He has missed time this season. He got hurt in the New York Giants game with a concussion scare, but when his snaps on the field, he has looked good as well. And he is also an extra pass rusher for you. He's one of those elite in-box safeties that can do a lot of good things on the tight end and can stop the run as well. And you have Jordan Brooks, who is still a tackle machine, with Bobby Wagner, who is still a very good veteran at this stage of his career. And you look at their secondary. You do have Jamal Adams in the secondary. He's just more of an in-box safety. But you have Quandre Diggs, who is still a very good playmaking safety in the NFL. Tariq Woolen is having another good year. But Devin Witherspoon, this kid's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year if he continues to play like this. He made Daniel Jones' life a living hell Monday night a couple of weeks ago. He had a pick 6 in that game. He was stopping the run. He was making tackles all over the place, and he was getting to the quarterback as well. And he's a tackle machine. He's also a ball hawk. He's a great complementary piece alongside Tariq Woolen. So their defense has stepped up in a big way. Now, I would be foolish to say if their offense is on the same pace as it was last season. Their offense is taking a step back, and I'm not saying that Geno Smith has been a bad quarterback this season for this team. He's still a very good quarterback. Just certain things last season that worked with this team aren't able to work out this year. He has 7 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Kenneth Walker III is still a very good running back. Him on the season, he has 450 rushing yards and 6 rushing touchdowns. He's averaging 4 yards a carry. What is very interesting with this offense, the reason why they're having a lot of difficulties going out there and punching the ball into the red zone and getting things done, they missed Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas for a good portion of this season so far. And Charles Cross has come back the last few weeks. He's looked good. But Abraham Lucas is still out on IR dealing with a knee injury. Hopefully they can get him back sooner than later, because he's a very essential piece, not just to this offensive line, but to this offense as a whole. And DK Metcalf did miss last week against the Arizona Cardinals, but you have some guys step up like Jake Bobo. Jackson Smith-Njigba is finally coming to his own with this team. And we all know Tyler Lockett is a very good playmaking wide receiver. He is great at getting his toes down on the sideline. I don't know how he makes some of the catches that he makes, but he's just an ultimate playmaker for this team. And Noah Fant has had some good moments with this team as well. He had the great play against the New York Giants a couple weeks ago. They are 4-2, and I will have to come out and say this. Their last couple of victories have been very interesting. You beat a Carolina Panthers team that has yet to find a win this season, 37-27. Then they went against the New York Giants, who are one of the worst teams in the NFL, but they're starting to play better as of late. You beat them 24-3. You lost to the Cincinnati Bengals 13-17. They had multiple opportunities to go down in the red zone and score in that game. It just came down to the offensive line not standing up and coming up for Geno Smith when they needed it the most. I go back and look at that game, but they take some field goals and they didn't go for it as much on 4th down in the Bengals territory. They could maybe come out with a win in that game, but it was not an embarrassing loss to go out there and lose against Cincinnati Bengals. That was just a hard-fought loss for this team. And Geno Smith did have the 2 interceptions. And against the Arizona Cardinals, you win 20-10, a tough Arizona Cardinals team, but they only have 1 win on the season. So far, it's been a very successful season for The Seattle Seahawks, their only 2 losses have been very weird losses. The first one to the Los Angeles Rams, they lost 30-13. And their second loss was against the Cincinnati Bengals, which was a tough one. That week 1, I believe, was an outlier. If they rematch with the Rams right now with the way that Devin Witherspoon is playing, because remember this, they didn't have Devin Witherspoon until they faced the Detroit Lions. He wasn't able to step on the field. He was dealing with some injuries. And they didn't have Jamal Adams as well. Those are 2 key playmakers for this defense. I believe if they rematch with the Rams, I think that things change and they'll be able to go out there and possibly win against the Rams again. And also you had Charles Cross go down in that game. Same with Abraham Lucas. They were not able to give Geno Smith enough time. But if this offense can just get healthy over the bye week and Geno Smith can get back into his groove, because remember this too, he twisted his knee against the New York Giants Monday night and he hasn't looked the same since. If they can just get healthier over the bye week and figure some things out, and Pete Carroll's still an elite coach in the NFL, this could be one of those dangerous teams that you look at in this division. I'm not saying that they can go out and win this division for sure, because you do have a buzzsaw in the San Francisco 49ers, but the way that the Seahawks are playing defense right now, this is not a team to sleep on. They were the first team to go out there and beat the Detroit Lions for a reason, and the Detroit Lions are still a top team in the NFL, even though they just lost in embarrassing fashion to the Baltimore Ravens. But let me know in the comment section below how you feel about Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks over this bye week. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, we want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.